What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another park guide, and we're going to be talking all about Disney's Animal Kingdom. Now, before we dive in, make sure that you check out my other park guide videos if you are planning a Disney trip. I really hope these are helpful. Again, if you are a first timer, my goal for these videos is for you to have a really great foundation and knowledge and understanding of how the parks work, the best things to see and do, rides, shows, dining, all the things. So I will have my other park guides linked below. So without further ado, let's dive in. Just like my other park guide videos, we are going to be talking about rides, shows, quick service, table service, and shopping at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Now, in my opinion, I think Animal Kingdom is a very underrated park. It doesn't have a lot of rides, and so I think it gets overlooked because it doesn't seemingly have a lot to do. But hear me out, because there is so much to see, so many attractions that I think get overlooked. So let's start with rides and jump right in. Starting out, it's important to know how the park is laid out, just like I talk about in all my other park guide videos, but it is really important to know the different lands of each park and to have a basic understanding of where you're going, where everything is located. So with Animal Kingdom specifically, there are 7 different lands, and I will pop up that little map here on the side, but right when you walk in, you have the Oasis, which is just that main entrance area where a lot of the shopping is going to be, that very famous photo pass where you can get your picture taken in front of the Tree of Life. So all of that is kind of your hub area to Animal Kingdom. And then from there, it does split off, and you can do a full circle around where the Tree of Life is, which is Discovery Island. But from there, you go around the circle and you have Pandora, which is the Avatar land, and then you will head straight into Africa. This is assuming you go clockwise around the park. But then you have Africa. There's also a kind of hidden area to the park called Rafiki's Planet Watch, and I will share all about that here in a minute. It's really, really great. But once you come back from that area, then you walk into Asia, you then have Dino Land, and then you loop back to the front of where the Tree of Life is. So that is pretty much how the park is laid out. I would say it's pretty easy to find your way around the park and not get super turned around, just because, again, it's in a full loop, a full circle, so it's really easy to kind of naturally make your way around the park for a full day. Okay, now diving into rides, I will say that Animal Kingdom is not known for its amazing rides. So they do have some really good ones, but there aren't a lot of them. But there are other things with Animal Kingdom that make this park stand apart. So again, starting with rides, this is basically how I would do a park day when it comes to rides specifically. So I would start off by going to the left, and I don't know why, with Magic Kingdom, I always start by going to the right, but with Animal Kingdom, I always start by going to the left. I have no idea why. That is just how I do my park days. I will start, depending on the wait times, in Pandora, and we'll start by doing Avatar's Flight of Passage, which is pretty much the must-do attraction in all of Animal Kingdom. It is gonna have the highest wait time, most likely, for all of the rides and attractions at Animal Kingdom, but let me tell you, it is absolutely worth the wait. This is probably the only ride that I would ever wait more than 30 minutes for. And that says a lot. But even if you have to purchase a lightning lane for it, that might be one of the ride options that would be worth it. And I don't think that all of them would be worth it to purchase that lightning lane for, but this would be one of the few that I think, especially if you have one day at Animal Kingdom and this is your only opportunity to ride it, I say go for it. From there, I would loop around and head straight into Africa. And that is where I would do Kilimanjaro Safari. That is an absolute must-do ride. I would say if you had to pick 2 things to do in all of Animal Kingdom, do Flight of Passage and Kilimanjaro Safari. It is so much fun. You really get to see the heart of Animal Kingdom. It's kind of what that ride feels like to me, at least, but it's a really fun one, and you actually get to learn a lot about the animals, so it's a really really fun experience. From there, I would head over and hop on the Wildlife Express train to head to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Now, this is the area that I mentioned that is pretty hidden and not a lot of people know that this is back there. But you take about a 10-minute train ride. It's really fun, and you get to Rafiki's Planet Watch, and back there, there's a petting zoo, and you can also see a little behind the scenes with some of the veterinarians and how they interact with the animals and things like that. You can just watch and see back there. It's really neat. They also have drawing classes with some of the animators. Now, I'm not sure if they are still doing this every hour on the hour, but it's a really fun experience. I mean, just for the train ride alone back to the petting zoo and the animators drawing class, I would say you could spend a full hour back there. I don't know if it's something that you would go out there and spend the full afternoon or anything like that, but it's definitely a fun thing to factor into your Animal Kingdom day. From there, after I take the train ride back over to Africa, then I'm gonna head into Asia. And there you have the Kali River Rapids ride, which you are going to get pretty soaked. So if that's not your thing, you may want to skip Kali River Rapids, but it is a fun one if you don't mind getting wet on a really hot day. There's also Expedition Everest, which is one of my favorite roller coasters at Disney World. This is one I would just skip the lightning lane for because the wait time tends to be pretty low for this, so just go for the standby line and you should be good. From there, I would head into Dino Land, and there was a smaller roller coaster for kids, but they are actually demolishing that coaster right now. So I don't know what is gonna be put in its place, if they're gonna rebuild it, something totally new is gonna go in, so it'll be interesting to see. So that is no longer there, but you do have the dinosaur ride, which I would categorize as a thrill ride. If you are a little jumpy or things popping out at you in the dark freak you out, then you may wanna skip this one. But if that's fun to you, go for it. I tend to skip that ride most of the time, but it is a fun one if you enjoy things like that. And from there, I would head back to the front of the park and I would pass It's Tough to Be a Bug, which this is kind of a ride slash show. I'm not sure, we'll just put it in the ride category, but it is really entertaining. So you actually go in the middle of the tree. So you go underneath the tree for this little ride show, and you get 3D glasses, the whole deal, and you can feel the bugs, you know what I mean, go under your seat, and the smells and the wind, and it's very interactive. So it's more of a 4D experience. But we took our baby on it, and she wasn't a huge fan because it is a lot to take in, but that's another one that you can absolutely do coming into the park or on your way out as well. Moving on to shows and experiences. Now, this is the category that I think Animal Kingdom shines in. There is so much to see, so much to do. If the rides weren't enough for you, this is where you are really going to find some hidden gems at Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna start with the animal walking trails because I believe that these are the things that make Animal Kingdom a full day park. So when you are in Africa and you get off of Kilimanjaro Safari and you're headed back to the Wildlife Express train, if you keep going in that direction, you're gonna find Gorilla Falls. And it's hidden back in the corner, so you kind of have to look for it. But once you head back there, there is so much to see. I mean, you can get really up close and personal with some of these animals and see them right behind this glass wall. I mean, it's pretty incredible, and it goes back really, really far. Again, there's so much to see. If you just enjoy watching some of these animals, there is no rush, and you can stay back there as long as you want and take as much time as you need. It's a really fun experience. There's also the Jungle Trek over in Asia, which is another animal walking trail that has entirely different animals, a totally different feel and experience. Obviously, you're in Asia, so all of the animals are different. But again, the park goes so far back, and again, you could spend an hour or 2 hours, I mean, just wandering back there looking at animals. I mean, there is so much to see. So absolutely factor that into your day. Gorilla Falls over in Africa and the Jungle Trek in Asia. Next, I want to mention my favorite show in Animal Kingdom is the Festival of the Lion King. And this is over in Africa, so we'll head back that way. But this is such a good one. It is unbelievable. The performers are incredible. The music is phenomenal. They have done an excellent job with this show. I highly recommend this because it is amazing. So Festival of the Lion King is one of the best I believe probably in all of Disney, I think this is one of the best shows. Another show I wanted to mention is actually closed right now, but it is scheduled to reopen sometime next year, so I still wanted to include it in this video, but the Finding Nemo musical. Now, this one is so fun, and I'm really excited to see how they're gonna reimagine this, or if they're just making some minor tweaks to it. I'm not sure, but it's an absolute must-do on your Animal Kingdom day. And lastly, in this category, I have to mention the newest show that has recently been added to Animal Kingdom, Kite Tales. Now, this is happening in the main amphitheater right when you come out of the Asia section of the park, and this is happening all day long. So if you miss one showing, there's gonna be another, and I haven't seen this personally, but it has gotten some mixed reviews. So I'll insert a few little pictures here, maybe go watch a video of it. If you have seen this for yourself, please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. The most common review I have heard is that it's a cute show. It's nothing to go out of your way for or schedule your day around, but if you are just happening to walk by and you see the show's about to start, definitely stop in and catch a glimpse of it, sit down, enjoy a snack, and check it out, but it may not be worth going out of your way for. All right, moving on to food, because there is a lot of yummy food. That is another thing that Animal Kingdom is known for. They have some incredible food options, starting with quick service. Now, I'm not gonna mention every single quick service stand because there is a lot. You can find some really great snacks and full meals that are just out of this world. I mean, so good, but I will mention a few of my favorites. First off, you have Harambe Market over in Africa, and what I love about these places is that the food is authentic to that country. So you're really gonna get a taste of whatever country you're in, Africa, Asia, things like that. I mean, the food is just so good. So Harambe Market would be #1. Next, you have the Yak and Yeti local foods. There's a table service version of this, but there's also the quick service. So there's the Yak and Yeti sit-down restaurant, but the Yak and Yeti local food is the stand right next to the restaurant. And here you can find more walk-up items, and one of my favorite things to do is get their chicken fried rice, and it's actually considered a snack. I wanna say it's $4.99 or $5.99 or something like that, and it is a full portion. I mean, this could be a full lunch, so really affordable items here, and the food is incredible. So Yak and Yeti local foods is another really good one. Next is Flame Tree Barbecue over on Discovery Island. Now, Flame Tree Barbecue is known for its ginormous portions. So if you are a big family and you want to get 2 or 3 entrees, you could absolutely split this between 4 to 6 people. I mean, it's ginormous. I'm talking a full entree is half of a rotisserie chicken. Another option is a full plate of barbecued ribs. I mean, really incredible food, and you could split this between several people. Another one of my favorites is Satuli Canteen over in Pandora, and this is probably my go-to more than any of the other quick service restaurants, just because it's so easy and so good. You can place your mobile order. I mean, you can do mobile order for any of these, but I love Satuli Canteen especially, and you can do their create your own bowl option and rice and chicken and really customize it to whatever you want. So it's a really great one if you're a picky eater, if you have a hard time finding things that you really like with different ingredients. So this is a really great option if you fall in that category. And lastly, in the quick service category, I'm gonna end with the Nomad Lounge. Now, this is technically a sit-down restaurant, but there's no reservations required. It is walk-up only, so that's why I'm putting it in the quick service section. Now, I don't want to talk about this place too much because this has been our top secret place to go because it is incredible. They are known for their amazing cocktails and appetizer list. Their gluten-free churros are, y'all, they're so good. It comes with this chili, like spicy raspberry sauce and another vanilla custard sauce. It's so good. You can also get their bread service there. It's amazing. They have little sliders and chicken wings and things like that. You really could do a full lunch here if you ordered several small things, but it's such a great spot to grab a table right by that river. You can watch the boats go by with the characters. If it's raining, this is a really great little escape to kill some time and beat the rain. I mean, this place is just a hidden gem. So I'm gonna stop talking about it because It's so good. Next, let's talk about table service restaurants. Now, there are 4 sit-down restaurant options here. Right when you walk in the park, you have the Rainforest Cafe over to your left. Now, this is a more generic restaurant. It's not themed to Animal Kingdom per se, but if you just need something quick and an easy reservation to grab, this is gonna be a great spot. So Rainforest Cafe, I wouldn't say it's anything to go out of your way for. We have one here in Nashville, so I wouldn't say it's anything special, but again, it's a great option if you're just needing a sit-down restaurant on your park day. Next, you have Yak and Yeti over in Asia. This is one that I mentioned has that quick service portion attached to it, but their food is really, really great. They have amazing Asian food. Their orange chicken and rice is really, really good. Again, I wouldn't say this is one to plan your day around, but if you are looking for just some really great food that you know is gonna be good, no question, this is an awesome restaurant. Next is Tusker House over in the Africa section, and this is the only character dining option in Animal Kingdom. You can do breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They were a buffet style, but now just with all the new restrictions, they've switched things over to a family style meal, and the characters just walk around and you can say hello from a distance. But I am really excited to try this out. We have a reservation for our upcoming Disney trip, and I'm really, really excited about it. I have heard the food is so, so good, and nothing has changed since they've switched things over to family style, so that's encouraging to hear, but I'm really, really excited. And if you want to meet the characters, this is a really great guaranteed way to do that. And lastly, for table service restaurants, I'm gonna end with one of my favorite sit-down restaurants at Disney, Tiffin's. Now, this is a signature restaurant, so prices are gonna be a little more expensive, but the food is phenomenal. Oh my word. And they have some pretty unique items here. One of the appetizers we tried was the seared octopus. So something a little outside of our comfort zone. They have a really great surf and turf. I got the pork chops. I mean, just amazing food. So, so good. The atmosphere, the service, everything about it is incredible. And if you do have a little extra to spend for a lunch or a dinner, Tiffin's is a must. And to end this park guide, we will finish up with the shopping category. Now, Animal Kingdom actually has a lot of different shopping options. So especially in the main section, right when you walk in front of the Tree of Life, you're gonna find the Island Mercantile. That's pretty much where you're gonna find the best merchandise in Animal Kingdom. And if you're looking for something a little more themed, of course, you can head to any of the gift shops in Africa, Asia. There's Wind Traders over in Pandora if you're looking for something themed to Avatar, for instance. But I would absolutely head to the Island Mercantile if you are looking for more generic or classic Disney merchandise. That is where you are gonna find it, in front of the Tree of Life. All right, well, that about covers it for Animal Kingdom. I know that was a lot of information, but I hope that was helpful as you are planning your Walt Disney World trip. And make sure to check out all of my other Disney planning videos. We have Disney vlogs coming up soon, so make sure you're subscribed. Let me know down below if you have any questions for your Animal Kingdom day. I would love to be a resource for you. So thank you so, so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.